The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Sunrise podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us. It's 5 a.m. I'm Maddie Jansen alongside Chris Burton in this morning for Alex Fisher, who has the day off. All right, thanks, Kev. And we begin with a fire in East Bakersfield that forced two families out of their home. The fire started just after 5 o'clock last night at a duplex on Sterling Road and Oregon Street. Kern County Fire says the flames spread quickly, not only destroying the two units, but also spreading to nearby fences. In all, 50 firefighters were called in to help put out the flames. That took under an hour. Officials have a warning for everyone about fire dangers ahead of the 4th of July weekend.
Absolutely. We have triple-digit weather right now. We have an ongoing drought here in California. So we want everyone to be mindful of those things going into this holiday weekend.
6 adults and 2 pets were displaced. No one was hurt. The cause is under investigation. And another fire, this one in southwest Bakersfield, has left 2 people looking for a place to stay. Crews were called into the home on Gamble Oak Way near Mountain Oak Road just before 4 p.m. Bakersfield Fire Department says a truck in the driveway caught fire and the flames spread to the home's shake roof. 2 people inside the home got out safely. Investigators say most of the damage was in the roof. The cause is under investigation.
Making headlines around the nation this morning, Justice Stephen Breyer will officially retire from the U.S. Supreme Court today, and Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson will be sworn in. In a letter to President Biden yesterday, Breyer wrote he will officially retire at noon. That would be 9 a.m. our time, and a few hours after the court is set to release the last 2 rulings of its current term. The 83-year-old justice, appointed in 1994, announced his retirement back in January. Breyer, one of just 3 liberal justices currently on the court, is set to be replaced by Jackson. She will soon be sworn in after Breyer officially steps down.
And now to that massive data breach we first told you about yesterday morning here on Sunrise. The personal information of hundreds of thousands of gun owners in California, including thousands in Kern County, was leaked this week. The California DOJ scrapped its new gun information dashboard Tuesday after the website publicly showed the names, addresses, and license types of everyone with a concealed carry permit in the state. You can't visit the website anymore, but some local gun owners say they feel unsafe.
You obviously get your concealed weapons permit for protection, to protect yourself, protect your family. The whole purpose of it is to be concealed. Yeah, once it hits the internet, it's out there.
Law enforcement says it's unclear how the information was released, how long it was visible, or whether personal data was posted elsewhere online before the site went down. The Fresno County Sheriff says she doesn't believe there was a hack, but that access was probably approved when it shouldn't have been. In 2020, the Kern County Sheriff's Office issued 4,558 concealed carry weapons permits.
Your time now, 5:05. The 4th of July is right around the corner, and preparations and parties and fireworks shows are underway. But for many pet owners, those celebrations turn into stress and even heartache. Hundreds of dogs escape their homes every year because of those fireworks.
Your dog doesn't know what 4th of July is. All they know is that there's loud explosions happening and they fight or flight, and if they flight, they might not come back.
If you're not sure, put a leash on them. It doesn't hurt to take them out to go potty. We've seen dogs go through plate glass windows. We've seen dogs bust through fences, just trying to get away from the noise.
Getting your dogs microchipped and making sure they have collars with up-to-date information is essential in case they escape. Pet experts also say to bring your dogs inside, turn on music and the TV to help wash out that sound of the firework explosions. You can speak with your vet about having your pet medicated on 4th of July as well. And just a reminder, you can report illegal fireworks that you see in both Bakersfield and the larger Kern County area on a new website. You can find that link on our website, kget.com. Fire officials stress that residents should not call 911 to report illegal fireworks. That number should only be used for emergencies. And you can also find a list of fireworks shows being put on by professionals also on our website.
The Edible Schoolyard of Kern County is hosting several cooking workshops for adults. You can sign up to learn the basics of pickling, jamming, and pasta making in the 2-hour workshop series happening in July. The income generated during the classes will also serve as a fundraiser for upcoming garden projects. Evening classes will be hosted on July 19th, 20th, and 26th. You can find the registration link again on our website, kget.com.
Well, the Rices fire north of Sacramento has now burned over 900 acres, and evacuations are still in place. Uncertainty looming for residents who are leaving their homes. Leanne Denyer reports.
Packing up this trailer with what they could, Stephen Burton and his family are trying to stay positive, to compartmentalize what's going on.
A lot of nice people here, very nice.
This will be the second night they're spending evacuated due to the Rices fire. What's it been like?
Well, we were up in North San Juan, of course, the fire department. A young lady came by and said, hey, it's time to move. You got to get out.
This is new video from CAL FIRE showing just how treacherous the terrain is. They've been fighting this fire since Tuesday afternoon. Fire officials say it's already burned more than 900 acres.
We're working all 24-hour shifts. They will continue to operate and construct line and work fire hose and operations through the nighttime hours.
While in some cases, families and their pets are evacuating together.
Fowl, sheep, alpacas, llamas.
The Nevada County Veterinary Disaster Response Team is helping care for animals that can't.
We house the animals, we feed them, we have medical attention for them, and then the owners can come in, be with their big or little ones.
This is the coordinator, Pat Ellers. She's been doing work like this during emergencies since 1988.
I see these animals getting to go home. I see the owners, sorry, they're so emotional that they get to take their babies back home, and that is so rewarding.
As of Wednesday night, the fire still burned in complicated and difficult terrain, leaving Burton and his family out of their home, but hopeful they'll be back soon.
Do you know how your house is doing?
No.
That's very stressful.
No, not at all.
And a Victorville neighborhood is still processing this house explosion that took place early yesterday evening. There was a woman inside the house when it exploded. She's alive, but she's currently in a trauma center with severe burns. 2 nearby homes were also severely damaged, and flying debris broke car windows and garage doors. Southwest Gas released a statement following the explosion, saying the cause of the incident remains under investigation, but no gas leaks have been found.
Crazy video there. All right, 5:34 is your time now. The man accused of driving the 18-wheeler that was carrying the 53 migrants who died during Monday's human smuggling tragedy has now been arrested and is facing charges. Homero Zamorano Jr. was arrested Wednesday on criminal charges following his alleged involvement in human smuggling. 28-year-old Christian Martinez was also arrested and is being charged with conspiracy. The Border Patrol says Zamorano can be seen in a surveillance photo from Monday, just before passing through a customs checkpoint. Authorities believe Zamorano started his route near Laredo on Monday before abandoning the truck on the southwest side of San Antonio in triple-digit heat. It's believed that a total of 67 migrants were left in the back of the sweltering hot trailer.
Your time now, 5:35. There are a lot more questions than answers coming from a New York City murder. A woman was shot in the head while walking with her baby yesterday. It happened just before 8:30 p.m. when the 20-year-old woman was fatally shot point blank in the head while pushing her 3-month-old baby in a stroller. She was taken to a local hospital where she died shortly after. The baby was also rushed to the hospital. Thankfully, it was unharmed. Officials say the suspect fled the scene shortly after the shooting. No arrests have been made. An investigation is currently underway.
After publicly pleading for former President Trump's White House counsel to give testimony, the committee investigating the January 6th Capitol attack has now slapped him with a subpoena. The committee wants to hear from Pat Cipollone about what was going on at the White House in the days leading up to the attack. NBC's Chris Pallone has more from Washington.
A day after explosive testimony from a former White House aide, the January 6th committee set its sights on former Trump White House counsel Pat Cipollone, serving him with a subpoena to testify under oath.
He has huge volume of relevant evidence, and he was there at every level of each of these assaults on democracy and the rule of law.
Tuesday, former Trump White House aide Cassidy Hutchinson told the committee about Cipollone's effort to stop the president from going to the Capitol with his supporters on January 6th.
Mr. Cipollone said something to the effect of, please make sure we don't go up to the Capitol. We're going to get charged with every crime imaginable if we make that movement happen.
His knowledge of the propensity for violence that day, his knowledge that the president and others may be breaking the law that day, I think is very important.
Republican Committee Vice Chair Liz Cheney taking aim at Trump loyalists in her party who are downplaying the credibility of Hutchinson's testimony.
We have to choose, because Republicans cannot both be loyal to Donald Trump and loyal to the Constitution.
A spokesman for Hutchinson's former boss, Mark Meadows, says the former chief of staff never asked for a presidential pardon, but Meadows hasn't testified under oath and is not cooperating with the committee, citing executive privilege.
The real point is no one is denying that the former president wanted to go to the Capitol and lead this armed mob.
Hutchinson's lawyers say she stands by all the testimony she provided under oath.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Chris Pallone, NBC News, Washington.
Meantime, Donald Trump is no longer being held in contempt of court after a New York judge's ruling yesterday. Back in April, Judge Arthur Engoron held the former president in contempt after finding he failed to comply with a subpoena from the New York State Attorney General in December of 2021. The judge ordered Trump to pay $10,000 a day until he complied. So far, he's racked up about $110,000 worth of fines, which are to be held in escrow, while the former president appeals the original contempt finding. New York State Attorney General Letitia James requested documents from Trump's businesses connected to a civil investigation into whether Trump's financial statements inflated properties to secure favorable loans and benefits. Trump has denied those accusations.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.